Who you got with you, Colin?
This is my daughter, Georgia. She got a cute little shirt on. My daddy's the 149 pounder. Or is the UNI 149 pounder.
How old is she?
She's like 4.5 months now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think when we talked back at Media Day, you talked about how special it would be to be able to wrestle in front of your daughter. So getting to experience the moment you had today, how special was that for you?
Dude, it makes it every bit better. There was a point in the third period we were coming back to the center and I got set and I was getting set on bottom and I look up and I just see Allison and for some reason that like triggered something in my head and looking at Allison I started thinking about Meredith and Georgia and I think that's really what got my mind right for that third period to push and try and get that win. Because I mean, once I gave up that second takedown, you know, emotions start going down. You got to bring those back up in the match. As soon as your emotions start going down, you're losing. You got to stay in the right mindset. And I've been blessed with her and my wife, and they've been a great rock for me. That whenever I think about them, it gets me going again. I mean, how could you not get happy looking at her little face?
That win comes on senior day. How big was that for you?
Oh man, I was so nervous. I didn't want to lose on senior night. Are you kidding me? I didn't want to lose on senior night. So yeah, that did make it a lot more special. That was really cool. It was just really cool. Don't think I'll ever forget that.
I think it would have been so easy for you with fatherhood and everything else, coming off an injury, to just say, you know, maybe it's done for me. But you came back and had this. I mean, how much are you just kind of relishing that you did take that chance?
Man, I really think that's been a huge part of my success. Like I said, like, I mean, coming off an injury, like having a daughter, it's pretty apparent that real life was coming fast. So this is my last shot. I got to make the most of it. It's kind of freeing in a sense because it's like, well, you lose, you win. It'll be awesome. So let's try and win because that'd be really cool, and that's helped me a lot.
Big in-state rivalry between UNI and Iowa State. I mean, in front of the first sold-out crowd in UNI wrestling history. I mean, you want to kind of talk on that a little bit?
Dude, we've been building here. Ever since I got here, we've been building. We've been building and building and building. I got here back in, 2020? And just the level of the room has been growing at such a fast, not even fast, consistent basis, just consistent improvements. For the past 4 or 5 years, this wasn't like a this year thing. The team's been building for a while. And yeah, this is who we are now. We're the number 4 in the country. That's who we are. And yeah.
You've never been in a match where you needed 3 stall calls to get into sub victory?
No, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how many stall calls there were. And when I shot him out at the end and he got hit for stalling, I thought I was just getting 1 point, so I thought I had kind of lost. And then when I saw it was 2 and we were going overtime, I was so pumped. I gotta say, I wasn't doing a great job of like managing the stall calls in my head. I didn't know how many he had. But yeah, as soon as I was just thinking about getting to the takedown. That's all it was. I was thinking about getting to the takedown. We were on the edge, and I just fired off a shot, hoping I could get to his legs. I wasn't even thinking about stalls. But it's kind of awesome when things just work out like that.
You know, Coach Schwab talks about a lot of your motivation becoming internal, and the stuff you've touched upon in your personal life. That's a lot of your motivation. But one thing this senior class hadn't done was beat Iowa State. How much extra motivation was that, or was that just kind of a tertiary factor, knowing the fact of everything you touched on how this program was built up?
Yeah, I think that's a fair way of putting it. Like it was just a really cool opportunity, and that's all it was. It was just a really cool opportunity to beat another in-state rival. I was thinking about it the same way I was thinking about Oklahoma State. Like, dude, we win, that's really cool. We lose, we get a lot of feedback. But winning it's just fun, man. So let's try and go do that.
You're from New York. What was it about Northern Iowa that drew you here?
I was in the middle of a gray shirt year, and I sat down and asked some of the coaches that I was around at the time, and I asked them, what's the best coaching staff for me to develop as a wrestler? Like, that's it. I just want the best coaching staff. I was coming off, I did a year at Brown, and I did my gap year, and I really didn't want to prioritize anything else except wrestling, because I felt like that was it was really healthy for me. When I'm able to like focus on it and I'm improving, I feel good, man. And that's what I want to do. I want to chase that down. And so I asked around and I said, like, what is the best coaching staff I could find for me as an individual? And they said, come here. And I did it. Probably should have done some more research, but I just trusted them and I came. Dude, it's been the best choice I've ever made in my life. This coaching staff, meeting my wife, having my daughter, like, I feel like I'm in a movie. This played out way, way better than I ever could have imagined.
Will you continue to attempt Italian world teams after this year?
Yeah, in conversation with the Italian coaches right now. Sadly, Italian Nationals is actually going on a couple of hours ago right now, so I had to miss that to come here and compete. So I got to figure some of that stuff out with the Italian coaches if I can still get on the team for this year, which hopefully I will be able to. But yeah, I plan on pursuing that for this summer and this fall. Past that, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm giving it one more shot. I love competing with the Italians, and the opportunity to compete on an international stage like that, you can't replace it. Just as cool as it is to beat Iowa State, dude, to beat a Russian or beat an Azerbaijani, that's even cool.
When you think about this graduating class that you're going to be leaving with, what will you remember the most about that group?
Allison asked me that one in our like senior descriptions or whatever, that questionnaire she sent out. Prior, I'd said that Oklahoma State duel, that we beat them down in Stillwater. That was the biggest memory to me, just because of how amazing that was and how the team came together for that win. Now I gotta say it was tonight, man. The way guys showed up really looked like everyone was wrestling their best. It was just awesome, and it's not that this moment is so sweet, it's that you know what built up into it. You know what led into it, the consistent practices, the consistent workouts, the dedication that you know these guys put in. To see that come to fruition, man, that's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Any questions for Colin? All right, thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks, Colin.